Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Spa Talk with Dr. Watson. This is our very first episode. So we're going to get this party started because, as you know, I have patients probably coming up, and we're taking a quick break. Our first guest is Mr. Watson. My lovely husband. We have been together 12 years. And I think our first spa talk today, of course, why would we have anyone else but the beginning of Georgia Blue Foot and Ankle, Ask Dr. Watson, and now Georgia Blue Med Nail Spa. I mean, he's been in the midst of it, the trenches. So today we're going to start with that. Our topic of the day is the beginning. A lot of people want to know how we fell in love, how we met each other. They want to get in our business. Right, baby?
That's right.
They want to be in our business. So we're going to talk about our business. And of course, why would we have it any other place but the spa? We have our lovely medical nail tech, Marika. She will be performing his pedicure. And I want you guys to stay in tuned. Every week, Wednesday around 12:15, we will be having guests. Unless there's a bye week. You know how I travel. I may be somewhere else. So today's topic, please ask questions. Please tune in. We have someone reading your questions. And we're going to talk about how we met. All right. We have our champagne. Hopefully we get sponsorship one day. We have our champagne. And our topic today, baby, is the beginning.
The beginning. Yes.
So when I locked eyes with you the very, very, very first time.
Well, technically, she did not lock eyes.
I didn't. I locked mouse. Click, click.
Mouse.
Yeah, we did a little mouse. All right.
Yes.
So you want to start it? Oh no, I can start it off.
Sure.
Okay. So I need to take a sip of champagne for this, y'all. Let's see. All right. So I was a resident in my second year.
Yes.
Second year at Memorial Hospital in South Florida.
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. So for all you 954s, whoop, whoop. And I was done with dating. So I just got out of a bad relationship. We won't go into that too soon, but there will be an episode. But I need another woman for that.
We both got out of a bad relationship.
Yeah, we both got out of bad relationships. I did not know Dewani, never met Dewani. I had a chief resident who she told me I was pretty much in my dry season. And she was sick of me. And she told me that I needed to get out and date. I don't think I dated anyone for like a year and a half before I met Dewani. So she signed me up because I was so cheap and I was so broke. She signed me up for Match.com. You can't believe that?
I know.
You're the first couple that I've met that met on Match.com and stayed together.
Yes. But Marika, this is when Match.com was like authentic. Now, yeah. I'm just keep my comments because I know some of y'all on Match.com and y'all out in these streets fighting a war. Just times are different. Well, this was like 12, 13 years ago, right?
Yes.
So my chief resident paid for 1 month membership for me. Okay. She was like, I'm gonna pay for 1 month. I'm gonna need you. Her exact words was, "You need to get laid."
Oh.
Yes. She said,
very graphic, y'all. Very graphic.
I was surrounded on them patients, and I was just.
You need some.
I needed some relaxation.
Get some relaxation. That's what it was.
Yeah, some relaxation. So she signed me up, and through that month, I got, several matches, but they were not people who I would date. Okay.
Right.
So I had one more day of my membership, y'all. Like one more day, because I wasn't paying. I was broke. One more day. And I said, now, God, I'm going to go on him and I'm finding all these chocolate brothers that I need in my life. So I clicked on one, and then a whole menu came up, y'all.
Oh,
our menu, you guys.
A whole menu, and it was just tall, dark, and lovely. So I clicked on Dewani. I clicked. He was like posing like this in Jamaica. It was like this lame picture. He was like posing like this.
Never lame, y'all. Never lame.
So I clicked on it and I winked.
You winked
I winked. I was like,
So technically, she made the first move.
yeah, technically, but we're not gonna go because I winked on the other couple of people.
Obviously, they didn't matter.
And then 0.5 seconds later, it wasn't even a tenth of a second, y'all.
Oh wow.
Somebody emailed me back, or they winked back, and then the conversation opened. All right, baby, go.
Well, I winked back. It was about maybe 1:30, almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon when she winked at me. And, you know, similar to what she was saying, she went through a relationship, bad relationship. I went through one as well. And I was just done with dating and stuff like that. And I was just focusing on going to church, focusing on God, and just trying to build myself back up. And she winked at me. And when she winked at me, I was like, oh. And I immediately, immediately, I sent her a message with my phone number.
Oh.
Yeah, I got.
So technically, she could have ignored my number, but she did not. She liked what she saw.
I was a little desperate.
So that's what she said.
Y'all, it was a dry year. It was a dry year.
So I sent her my number, and she texted me. And basically, the text conversation started from around 2 o'clock in the afternoon until around 5:36 when she got off work. And when she got off work, I think either I called her or she called me. And we were on the phone until like 2 o'clock that morning.
Oh man, that's
because
in the wee hours of the morning.
Because he wouldn't stop talking. My husband is
I like to talk.
But you kept talking to him.
He kept talking.
But you know what? Like I said, she could have hung up, but she chose not to. Because the conversation was that good.
It was.
You know?
It was.
And so we started talking. And like I said, the wee hours of the morning, that's when the conversation ended. And it's been, you know, like they said, it's been like the best thing ever since. So I knew then, because I was on Match. And I went out on a couple of dates and stuff. But when I met her, I stopped talking to everybody else that was on Match, or I basically disenrolled.
Continue your membership.
I canceled my membership.
Awesome.
Okay.
I canceled my membership, and I told her, listen, you're the one for me. The first week, you're the one for me. And, you know, that's it.
So let's get to the nitty gritty. So the first time we actually met face to face. So I was at the hospital, and
yes,
it was a nurse there, and she was like, no, she was the desk secretary. She's a nurse now. And he was like, I think after he kept me on the phone all night, the desk secretary, I told her she was my friend. She called me Beyonce. I was probably their first Black resident. So when I came down the hall, she'd be like, B. And so we talked, and I said, I met this guy online. At that time, y'all, I had a, I don't know if I can say this. I'm going to just say it. I had a hotation. Dewani was not my only one. I had a little hotation. So I had a couple of them texting me at the same time because I was dating and I was having fun. So I told her, I said, I'm about to go meet this guy. And women, you have to understand, a lot of y'all out there trying to get free meals, right? I understand that. I understand you got to eat. But I just don't have the attention span to sit during a long meal when I think you're done. And you're just not my type. So when I had my hotation, I would meet at things like Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or the bar for a drink, because if I didn't like them, there was no need for me to sit for an hour and eat with them, because then I'm not gonna like the way you eat. I'm just not gonna like the way you look. My facial expressions are hard to hide. So I went to so back to the secretary. I said, hey, I'm gonna meet this guy. I gave her my pager number, because back then we had like actual pagers. And I said, if I don't like him, I'm gonna text you and you're gonna page me, and I'm gonna act like I gotta go, like an emergency in the ER or something. And she was like, bet, got you, sis. So me and Talani's actually first like face to face was at Starbucks.
Yes.
So we met at Starbucks. I got out the car. He was in his uniform because he was enlisting to the Army. I mean, he was sexy, y'all. I was like, I prefer a firefighter, but Army, I'll take it. And so, y'all, when I tell y'all, Dewani
it's all good.
So, my chief resident told me I need to get laid. So he was my first suspect. I was like, okay. And he had his muscles, girl. It was like clap, clap, clap. I'm telling you, Marika.
It's still clap, 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 clap.
It is still that way.
Yes.
But when I was young and tender, it was like clap, 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 clap.
That's funny.
So I get out the car and I meet him in Starbucks, and we both order our drinks and we sit down, because I'm trying, we only got 30 minutes, so I'm trying to speed this thing up. And so we're talking, y'all. And time is passing and passing and passing.
Oh.
And we were having some pretty good conversation.
Yes.
And the conversation led to just me trying to find out more about her. And I was very much interested, especially when I first saw her. She was very attractive. I didn't know that she was a resident. I didn't know that she was a potential doctor. I did not know that. I thought she was like
he thought I cleaned the hospital, y'all.
A medical tech or something like that. Because listen, if you know my wife and you meet her for the first time, when you see her, you're not looking at her and like, oh, she's a doctor. No, she's cool like that. She has a swag to her. She has all that. But she's extremely intelligent. So when I saw her, I was like, she doesn't act like a doctor, because most doctors are very snooty.
I didn't tell you I was a doctor.
She did not.
I didn't want him to only date me for that. I didn't say so. I had my pager and I was in uniform, but I didn't have like anything on my scrubs. I had green scrubs, and he asked me what I did, and I said, I work at the hospital, and that's all I said.
Okay.
So, and I was like, okay, she's maybe a nurse, maybe a scrub tech or something.
Doctor never crossed his mind.
Doctor never crossed my mind, and towards the end of the conversation, during the coffee break or coffee lunch or whatever you would call it, I said to her, I would love to see you again.
Yeah, y'all.
And she said to me, okay, I'm gonna be in some No,
you was nasty. I didn't say anything like that. You said, I said, when are we gonna see each other? And something along that lines, and you said very soon. And
I said, the next time I see you, I want to see you in your coat and some red pumps. And her reaction was, no, it's gonna be some ping pong. I was
yes.
I was like, yes.
It looks good on the kid.
I was like, yes, she's digging me.
Okay, so fast forward, I went back to the hospital. The girl was like, girl, you ain't even. I said, girl, I think he's he gonna be on my rotation too. He's added, right? So fast forward, our first date was actually he was a coach of a basketball team. He did like a youth basketball team. So he invited me to one of the games. And when I tell y'all that turned me on, them kids was like, coach. I was like, okay. He love the kids. Okay, all right. And so
see, I had a lot of time on my hands. So, you know, I had to volunteer. I wanted to give back to the youth. You know, so, you know, that was a pretty cool time frame in my life. So, you know, I was single. I didn't have anyone attached to me. So I wanted to, like, serve my community. So,
which was sexy. So after that game, he walked me to the car. And at that time, what's that artist?
Is it Frank?
No. These hips. Can't wait to touch your feet.
Oh, Miguel.
Yes.
Adore.
Miguel C. just
she was playing that song in her car.
Ah, baby.
And I knew she was trying to have some.
No, I was not.
But she was trying to play hard to get. She was playing hard to get. So she was sitting in the car.
It was on the CD player before.
And she was slow walking it like she was basically wanting me to ask her a question or something. But I was like, hey, you know what? Next time we're gonna go to dinner or something like that. And
then he kissed me.
I did not.
Violation.
I did not kiss her on the lips. I kissed her right on the side.
That was close enough.
But it was wet and juicy.
Exactly.
And I was like, okay. And then, you know, I was dry. I was in my dry season, so I felt a little something. I was like, woo.
He knew what he was doing. He was putting it out there.
Yes. So fast forward, because we got like 10 minutes.
I know.
This is a part 2.
We're going to have to do a part 2.
We're going to have to do a part 2. Okay, so fast forward. Then we went out on a date. Like, he came and picked me up, like an official date. So you came to the house.
I was broke, y'all.
Oh, he was.
I was broke.
Aww.
He was so
because of my previous situation. I had to, you know, figure out some things.
Okay.
And, you know, I had to borrow from my savings and my checking. I had to wipe the car, you know. And you know you have to make that first good impression, you know.
So just a side note, he was married before me.
Yes.
So we're not gonna go into that. That's probably part 2 or 3 later down the line. But at the end of the divorce, he didn't trust her with any of the bills.
Right.
So he took all the debt. So when I came into his life, he was at the end of paying all that debt off.
Yes.
So he took me out.
Took her out.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
He took me to this fancy steakhouse, right?
Yes.
And I was broke, so I was like, thank you Jesus, because I was eating in the doctor's lounge every night, and it just was not. And I was mager because I wasn't getting any protein. Like I weighed $120.
So in Jamaica, we call them maga when them too skinny.
I was
right.
petite.
So she was maga, sexy but maga.
Ain't had no butt.
Yes.
I had a little hip though. I had a little hip.
Okay.
So he took me out to eat, and I just saw him like texting and moving some things on his phone.
I had to move from my savings to my, because I didn't know how much it was gonna cost. I didn't know how much she was gonna eat. I didn't know none of that stuff.
But I was safe. Like I don't do that. I don't do that to men. I think that's pretty trashy. Like we went out. I don't even think I had a steak.
No.
No, I think I had pasta or I don't know. Like
it wasn't that expensive.
It wasn't, but he had to move some things around, and I noticed it. But I didn't say that because you don't do people like that.
Right.
So after that, we went on a date, and then 2 weeks. No, okay. So let me tell you this.
So a week later.
Oh God, you gonna put my business out like
I said to her, I want you to be my girlfriend. Because I was sold on her from the beginning. So I wanted her. And I had an apartment. So I basically
he did.
took everything out of my bath. I had a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I took everything out of my bathroom and put it in the guest bathroom.
Oh, wow.
And I went to Victoria's Secret. I went to Bath and Body Works. I went
set
to
it
all
up.
that stuff. I set it up to make sure she felt comfortable
Oh, baby.
when she came over to my place.
And you know what else he would do? So he asked me to be his girlfriend. I told him no.
She didn't tell me.
I told him no. I said it's too early. I don't know you like that, and I'm still in my quotation phase. So we'll see. And then he started doing that stuff, and then y'all, what he would do is because I was hungry, right, and I was manga, he would feed me, Marika.
I would listen. That's one thing, y'all. With a Jamaican man, 99% of them, they know how to cook, and they know how to butter up their lady. Alright? So I knew I didn't have the money to be able to go out every night. So I used to cook. I used to call her. Hey, you going home? What, did you get something to eat already? Come over to the house. I'm cooking this. And hey, listen.
It worked.
That sold her, y'all.
I used to purposely just go home because I didn't want him to know that I was feeling him. And like, so after, we ain't gonna say how long because I ain't put my business. So in the midst of that, you know, we did the do. Okay. Right. And then, like, I'll be like, oh, girl, I gotta go home. Like, the day after you did the do, because I got hurt in my past relationship so bad, I would, like, we would do the do, and I would wake up and pack myself, like, get up and go. And he'd be like, where you going? Because I ain't want nobody telling me to kick me out. So I would get my stuff. He was like, no. I was like, no, I gotta go to work. But then he just kept cooking. So I would be on my way home. I would try to get home, and he'll be like, you ate? And I'll be like, I grabbed some chicken from the doctor's lounge. And he'll be like, I got curry. So after that, finally, like, we just pretty much stayed together.
Yeah. We pretty much, after she finally agreed, after maybe 2 weeks.
No, it was 4 weeks. It was 2 weeks. I was not your girlfriend.
In 2 weeks, agreed to be my girl. And I mean, we could have gotten married within 3 months. That's how much I knew she was gonna be my wife.
You know.
And one day she came home to my apartment and she was like, when you gonna marry me? And I knew that. I was feeling it. I had the intention, but when she said it, it basically solidified. Me basically started looking for ring. And, you know, we just act like we were going out shopping and stuff like that, and we went to this ring spot, and she picked out the ring that she really loved, and I didn't buy it the same day. I went back another time, I got it, and she was going to a conference.
And so let's put them on a timeline. So we started dating like
in June of,
I thought it was July.
Yeah, you're right. July.
It was like July 17th or 18th.
We met June 13th.
Okay, I didn't know that.
We met June 13th, but we started actually dating.
Okay, so it was a month. You just said 2 weeks.
No.
It was 2 weeks.
It was a month. And then from July to, because Dewani, he was so cool about it because I was dating this other guy.
Yes.
I dated a couple of guys, but this other guy was on my roster, feeding me lobster.
Shrimp and pasta? All right.
Okay. Obviously, we both are Christians, and we believe in the structure of the Bible and how God say, hey, let's be, you know, no sex before marriage and stuff like that. But during that time, before I actually were 100% committed to God and stuff, we were messing around.
Yeah, but okay, but we stopped.
Right.
So after I got rid of that guy and I decided to be his girlfriend, November 3rd or 4th, Dewani proposed to me. And he proposed to me, 3 of my friends, he surprised me. One of my best friends, Alyssa, she flew all the way down from New York, and 2 of my school buddies came in, and they were pretending like they were at the conference.
Right.
And I didn't know Alyssa was there, but they came, and I was like, why you didn't tell me you was at the conference? And they were like, made up some excuse. And we did like a midnight cruise, like a boat cruise. And so Dewani got down on one knee. No, my friends kept coming down once at a time.
One at a time.
One at a time. And they came down and they were surprising me. This is where I'm like, why you didn't tell me you come from the conference? And then when Alyssa came down all the way from New York, I knew she wasn't gonna fly from the conference from New York to Florida. And that's when I broke down and he got on one knee. But then of course I said yes at that time. And then a year later, we were married on October 4th.
Yeah.
But during that time, me and Dewani decided, because when we first started dating, I think one of my text messages was, do you get down with Jesus? Because I had to make sure my husband was a Christian man. And he was like, yes, I do. So during that year, we did not have sex.
Yeah.
Y'all, it was so, woo!
Bless you.
It
You made it though.
I made it!
It was tough, y'all.
It was tough. So for a whole year, we did not have sex. We actually applied for our marriage license, but in order to get married in Jamaica, you had to have their marriage license, not a U.S. marriage license.
That makes sense. Okay.
So we got married in Jamaica. His parents were able to attend. His dad has since passed. And it was a beautiful ceremony.
It was the best wedding ever.
It was. You had to be there. You just had to be there.
What do you say?
Yes. So that's how we met. That's our story. The beginning. What changed? Okay, so we got some questions. What positive change from the beginning until now? And I guess this is like a big question. Me and Dewani have built an empire. It truly, I think when women date, especially strong black women like myself who are educated, who are successful, I think the best advice I would say is you have to date a man with confidence. So much confidence that it melts off them. I think a lot of women on my level, they get in relationships and for some reason the husband or the man thinks he's in competition. I am not in competition with my husband. I am his rib and I am his helpmate. And we build each other up. I don't think my life, being in my last relationship versus this relationship, would have progressed and if I wasn't equally yoked to my partner.
That's right.
So I guess our word of advice is just when you fall in love with somebody, make sure that is the person that God wants you to be with. Because we are truly equally yoked. And we're in our 40s. He's older than me, y'all.
I'm 44, y'all, but I look like I'm 35.
He's older than me.
44, but look like 35.
But now,
it's God's grace. That's it.
But I think we're in the time zone where a lot of our friends are not making it.
Yes, and it's unfortunate because having someone that you truly love, that you're truly committed to, it's the best peace of mind that you can have. Because in my previous relationship, the concern was always where she's at, what she's doing, stuff like that. So it's like an uneasy feeling. And, I know I deserved better than that. And that was one of the things that my wife and I talked about in the beginning, that the only thing that would ruin us is infidelity. So we can overcome anything else. But I think that's the only thing, because that's what happened in our past relationship between both of us. So it hurts so bad that you never want to go through that again. And when you find someone that you trust and you love and you respect, and that person fulfill all your needs, she's brilliant, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's sexy, she's my side piece, she's my main piece, she's my everything. So I don't have to seek elsewhere. I have girlfriends, I have guy friends, but I've never overstepped any boundary with them because I have everything that I need in her. So, and God has blessed me. Men have temptation. Men see other women and they're attractive and stuff like that. but it's all about resisting. You know, the Bible says whenever temptation is always going to come, but God is always going to provide an exit. He's always going to provide a way out. So when the way is out, you got to take it. If you don't take it, you know what I'm saying, you're going to fall for that stuff because...
Don't do it.
And if you notice, most powerful men in history, their biggest downfall is infidelity, women, stuff like that. So,
well, guys, that's it. That went by fast.
It did.
Okay. So, just tune in weekly. Next week we will have a special guest for you, and they will also get their pedicure done. Are you enjoying the pedicure?
of course.
Got the hot towels going.
Hot towels.
So, we will always have guests. They will always enjoy the pedicure. Right now, he's getting the luxe pedicure. Marika is taking care of him. So, book your appointment. It is a wonderful pedicure. She is going to do the steamer. She's doing hot towels. And we enjoy some champagne. So,
Champagne,
you want some more? Fill her up?
Yes,
We
ma'am.
thank you for joining. And if you have any questions, please reach out. Our first episode.
Follow us.
All right, follow us on GB Nail Spa on Instagram and Ask Dr. Watson on both handles, Instagram and TikTok. And I'll be with you next week. Have a good day.